Hey, you one of the 50 million who follow wellness guru and life coach Jay Shetty? Uh-oh. Some of his most loyal followers are also some of the biggest, most famous, powerful people in the world. J-Lo, Kim Kardashian, Matt Damon, Michelle Obama, who, again, in case you misheard me, is not running for president. Speaking of president, though, President Biden, also a Shetty fan. Take a look.
Like, studies show that when you're actually specific about gratitude and it's so personal, and I could see when you were talking about them, it was just pouring out from your heart. Like, that's when gratitude is beautifully received and given.
Having our own quit-worthy definition is such a need, because it can get really hard to find clarity when you get really deep into something. You being vulnerable and sharing your growth is the greatest strength. That's not a weakness, but that was new because so many leaders feel they have to portray a certain type of strength. But even today, I can see there's a grace in the way you're sharing.
Well, the man can book. You know why? Because he's got big reach, and that's what the stars like, is big reach. Also gives good advice. But I got to tell you, as somebody who's a big fan of self-help and reading a lot of philosophy, he says very little that is not common. And now he's being accused of being a little too common, plagiarist, a liar, and a fraud. Joining me now is John McDermott. He wrote the investigative piece for The Guardian US, which started the controversy. Ooh, you're going after a big target, brother. A lot of famous people love this dude. How sure are you that he is not what he presents himself to be?
I'm completely confident in my reporting. The report that you saw was the result of nearly a year's worth of research and a rigorous editorial process. I'm going to say 5, maybe 6 different editors at The Guardian saw it before it went out, including the editor-in-chief of The Guardian US, legal reviews by lawyers in the US and the UK, as The Guardian has a foothold in both countries. Yeah, we stand by our reporting, and I think all the evidence is there, and smart readers can read it for themselves and come to their own conclusions.
3 things. First, why do you believe that this matters?
You know, if Shetty had just been on his podcast giving his, generalized pop psychology advice, it probably wouldn't have mattered. But he runs a for-profit life coaching school that makes claims about its legitimacy and about its accreditations and its affiliations with universities that we found to be untrue. In the marketing materials for the life coaching school, which charges people $7,000, that's a nice chunk of change for the average person, he described it as being affiliated with 4 different universities in the UK. We contacted all of those universities, and every single one of them said that they have nothing to do with Jay Shetty, they have nothing to do with the school, and that they wanted their names taken off the marketing materials. Sure enough, since a report comes out, all of that information has been removed from his website and from his brochure.
What does he say? What's the pushback from his people?
The Guardian legal team has heard from Shetty's legal representation. He has said nothing publicly in the 2 weeks since we published. Can't really elaborate on the legal sensitivities, but suffice to say, The Guardian still stands by what we reported. As I said before, it was a rigorous editorial process.
And then the more ecumenical point is, so what? Everybody's full of hype these days. If the advice is good,
Sure.
If people get value from it, what damage is he doing?
I'm not trying to take away from, if Shetty gave you a positive piece of advice, if you took something from it that meant something to you, that's still real. That's not the point. But when you are asking for people's hard-earned dollars based on information that proves not to be true, there is material harm being done. On a certain level, Chris, this is consumer watchdog reporting. He is operating in an incredibly lucrative, almost completely unregulated industry that so far has not had much adversarial reporting. And so when I got put on this story, I took a closer look, and it wasn't very difficult to find that there were discrepancies in what he was selling about himself.
Stay in touch with me. Let me know what kind of blowback there is to this, because I don't think it's over yet. I think there's going to be a couple more chapters, and I want to guarantee you a platform to give your side of the case when the next chapters come.
Well, I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you for having me on.
All right, bud. We'll speak again. Thank you very much. This is going to rankle a lot of people. Mr. McDermott, appreciate you being brave enough to come out here with this kind of reporting. When you go after a big name like that, it's never over in the first round. I promise you that.